Hello to my lovely astrology friends out there. I'm Sharon, your friendly astrologer, and I'm here to give you your monthly forecast for October 2024. And here in the US, we celebrate Halloween during the month of October. So that's why I have on my face mask for this part of the conversation. Before we get into the readings, I'd like to let you know that I use the tropical, which is the traditional astrology, and whole house system is also what I use. And I'm working into evolutionary astrology. So I look at from the rising sign point of view with these charts. So if you know your rising sign, which gives you the overall picture of what's going on, your moon will give you information about your emotions. And your sun, of course, is your vitality, but it also talks about your career. Okay, so we also have the north and south node that we work with. And the north node is about discovering yourself in a new place in your life, like growing from what you already know to growing into something very new. And this generally shows up in your career, but with the South Node, it's about your past. And a lot of times we tend to stick to what we know because we've done this so many times that it's easy to do. Now, the North Node is a little bit harder because it's something new, and we make mistakes as we go along and may not feel good, but that's where we should be headed. And in this month, we have the North and South Node up together with the new moon. We also have a solar eclipse as well. So we have the new moon in Libra, and Libra is the south node this year. Next year, the signs will change with the nodes, okay? So we have a Libra new moon, we have a solar eclipse happening on the 2nd, and the solar eclipse is telling us, because the south node is conjunct. It's not it's just a point. And so it's not really a conjunction, but it's there with the new moon and the solar eclipse. So generally, new moons are telling us to create something new, let go, is with the full moon. But this month, because the solar eclipse and the new moon and the south node is here, it's all about releasing. Okay, so release those things that no longer serve us, and we are going into a new paradigm when November gets here. The 19th, Pluto will change from Capricorn and move into Aquarius and stay there for 20 years. Okay, so there'll be a lot of changes happening during that time. People who have Aquarius rising from 0 to 7 will 7 degrees will be affected. And for the solar eclipse and the new moon will be, it will affect the cardinal signs: Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn. Those will be the most affected. Okay? So thank you so much. And I will see you as we go through the readings, okay? Hello to my beautiful Aries friends out there. Welcome to my channel, A Magnificent Flow. This is your general forecast for October 2024. So there's a lot going on right out the gate as October comes in. On the 2nd, we have a new moon at 10 degrees of Libra. And Libra this year is connected to the South Node. Okay, so with that South Node, there's a time to release. Okay, and Libra also represents relationships. So here we have you, Aries, with the new moon in your 7th house. And this is the house of relationships, okay, of all kinds, business, partnerships, marriage, legal contracts, open enemies, okay? So this new moon may bring someone new into your life. So just, if you're available, or it could be a new friend, if not a romantic person. It could be a new business partner as well. But I just have romantic relationships on my mind. Okay, and we have the solar eclipse happening. We won't be able to see it in the US, but it's still the solar eclipse. And it is also in the sign of Libra. And the tail of the dragon is how we see in astrology the nodes. The north node is the head and the tail is the south node. So with the south node, it is encouraging, pushing, making us release those old thoughts, ideas, habits around relationships. Okay, Aries? And then we have Mercury conjunct the sun and the moon on the 2nd at 11 degrees. So there's going to be quite a bit of conversation going on in your world. Okay, so with Mercury, you have the ability to lead others with authority and confidence. And, you're Aries, you're always pushing to succeed. You want to be the winner. And there we have, Mercury working it out with you, helping you to communicate your thoughts and your ideas. All right, so we have Mars in your 4th house. And I must say, on the 4th, Mars is in its pre-retrograde shadow period at 17 degrees of Cancer. So with those cardinals, the cardinal signs, which is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, at 17 degrees, we'll kind of feel the shake of this Mars pre-shadow, pre-retrograde shadow. Okay, and this is in your 4th house. So, there could be some heated discussions there. So just be careful, Aries, because, you're already impulsive. So you have to watch your tongue during this time, because it's not only you, it's everybody that's being affected. So someone may, blurt out something, but think before you respond, because you have a strong projection of heat. Okay, you throw shade if, that's just what I'm saying here. Some of you it may not be, but just be aware, okay? So if you are in a relationship, you might be confrontational, with your partner, and that may cause a breakup. So, tread lightly. And let's see, you have Venus on the fourth trining Saturn as well. So this is all about committing to relationships, and long-term investments are favored. Okay, so you have to, Mars is your ruler, so you got to work with them because you have opportunity to have this great relationship, and that can last, the test of time. So this could be a soulmate relationship. You just have to create some boundaries for yourself, okay? And just try not to, step over them. And again, watch your tongue. And exercise is a good way to release. Swimming as well, because Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and Mars is in detriment in this sign, so it doesn't like being in the sign of Cancer, but it is. So there's a lot of steam, and a lot of heat. So water helps. If you like to work out, swimming is a good idea to combat some of this bubbling up of this frustration that may show up in you, Aries. Okay? So we're going to move on to the 9th of October, and we have Jupiter is retrograde in Aries, and this is in your third house of communication, your siblings as well. Let's see, this is a time to reflect on personal growth and examine if you're giving your energy to the right people. Take the time out and evaluate if you have outgrown your communication style at the present moment. Okay? You may also be looking at relearning or honing in on, a skill that you haven't used for a while. All right, so on the 17th, we have this full moon, okay? And again, we're still releasing because the full moon is in Aries, and it is the head of the dragon, because the Aries is the north node this year, all right? So it's in your first house, and this is saying that you may be quick-tempered and physically active, but you might need to slow down a bit and think before you leap into anything, all right? Just because this month is very, very active, and Mars is playing a major role, okay? So on the 22nd, Mars squares Pluto. And this is about owning your power and making choices that take action with thoughtful care, as I've been saying, without being attached to fear, okay? And beware of those power struggles that may occur around your workplace. Okay, Aries? So this is your monthly forecast for October 2024, and the heat is on, so be careful out there. And until next time, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Tauran friends out there. Welcome to my channel, A Magnificent Flow. This is your monthly forecast, astrology forecast for October 2024. How you doing? I hope all is well, because we start October right out the gate, there is so many things going on at one time. It's hard to keep up, really. So we have the new moon in Libra at 10 degrees. Okay, and this Libra new moon is connected with the solar eclipse that is happening on the 2nd of October. And we also have Mercury conjuncting the sun and moon on the 2nd. Okay? So this new moon, this solar eclipse, and this Mercury are all Libran Libran energy. Okay, so Libra is about relationships of all kinds. Okay, family, friends, business, work, romantic, contractual agreements. Well, in any case, this is not the time to create anything new with this new moon, because we are looking at releasing, because Libra is connected to the South Node this year. And with the South Node, it's the North Node is the head of the dragon, the South Node is the tail. So there's a lot of releasing that is being called upon us to do. Let go of those old ideas, thoughts, and opinions that has to do with the relationships that you have with other people. There's a lot of communication with this new moon and solar eclipse as well. However, the signs that will be most affected will be the cardinal signs. Okay, that's Aries, Libra, and that's Cancer, and that's Capricorn. Okay, at starting between I think it's 10 degrees if you have that degree in your chart. And also with the releasing with this eclipse, the eclipse usually lasts for about 3 months, the effects of it. Although it is affecting the cardinal signs the most, we'll get to feel some of that as well. All right? So we have, let's see, we have, as I said, we have Libra in your third house. That's where I was trying to get to. So Libra is in your sixth house. Forgive me. It's in your sixth house of health, routines, and the work that you do. Okay. You may find yourself spending time getting to know your coworkers better and working on projects that require you to be part of a team. Okay. So that's not so bad with this new moon right here. However, with this eclipse, there is something that affects all of us. And I believe this is a partial eclipse, so it doesn't have the effect of the total eclipse, but we will be experiencing some internal upsets. So just beware. Okay, with the Mercury conjuncting the sun, you are more, you have, your intelligence is open and you have the ability to lead others. So this could be helpful in your workplace. So just know that, you have that communication space available to talk with others, but keep in mind before the 4th is the best time to, ask for anything in your workplace. If you want to work on a different project or promotion, you want to do that before October 4th, because that's when we have Mercury going into its pre-retrograde shadow. And that's at 17 degrees of Cancer. And Mars, did I say Mars? It is Mars. If I said Mercury, I meant Mars. Mars is in your third house here, and so your house of communication, your siblings, education, and friends and neighbors. This is your community that Mars in its pre-retrograde shadow is going to have an effect on you. And for you, earth signs, fixed signs, it won't, be such an intense affair that happens, because this Mars retrograde is going to be affecting the cardinal signs: Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer the most. They'll feel it more than any of the other signs during this month, okay? And then, Mars is going to continue throughout the month to be problematic, because it doesn't feel well working with Cancer, because Mars is in a sign of Cancer, and that's its detriment. So, it's going to be, feelings or communications that may not, be comfortable. And that's on both sides, the giver and the taker, or the giver and the receiver. So, with Mars in your third house, you may find yourself overly protective of your loved ones at this time. And that's okay too. Sometimes, if you have teenagers, they may not like that. Or if you're, just starting out parenting, the little kids will like that, being overprotective. That's if they're not cardinal signs, because cardinal signs, they want to lead. But anyway, we have Venus trining Saturn as well on the 4th. So this could be a good time to, commit to a relationship. And it's a good time to make some long-term investments are possible as well. And if you have problems with your existing relationship, this is a good time to talk through it, okay? And new love could also show up in the picture for you as well. So, and it could be a long-lasting soulmate connection. All right. I mean, that's nice, Taurus. All right, so on the 9th, we have Jupiter going retrograde. And, it's interesting. We have Mars, Jupiter, Pluto. They're in their retrograde phases. So a lot of reflection, that is being asked of us to do with these planets going backward. Okay, so Jupiter is retrograde in your second house of money, values, possessions, and self-worth. This is the time to take a hard look at what's long-term, which long-term dreams and money-making projects deserve your energy, and how to bring those money-making ideas to reality. So this is a good time to think about that, because that's when signs are going retrograde, it's time to, go over things that we've already done, or look back on, or rethink something, review, okay? So we have the full moon on the 17th, and it's in the sign of Aries. And Taurus, the full moon is in your 12th house of retreat, escape, letting go, and institutions. This is a great time to get in touch with what's been brewing beneath the surface, because that's a lot of unconscious energy here that is happening when the full moon is in the 12th house. Because even when the full moon is not in the 12th house, it's hiding something, okay? It's always something that is not clear. But with it being in the 12th house, I mean, that just lets you know that something that needs to come to the light is going to show up, because you're in the phase of reviewing, retreating, and try not to, use escapism as a way to avoid seeing what you need to see and knowing what you need to know, okay? A secret or private matter may be revealed. A health matter could also come to light, or a work project can reach culmination, okay? So it depends on, what's happening with you, Taurus, what's going on in your life. All right, so we have Pluto. On the 22nd, we have Mars square Pluto. Okay, and this is all this raw power, This is own your power, make choices, and take action with thoughtful care. Thoughtful care, okay? And without being attached to fear. Because a lot of times fear can, put us in that fighting motion, or that fighting mood. But beware of power struggles at your workplace. So take the high road, and Taurus, I know you. You're a fixed sign. You know how to handle yourself. You have Venus as your ruler. You've already, positioned yourself to be, a better person. So, but if anything gets out of hand and someone is approaching you, with disdain, you know how to handle that. So, with that being said, Taurus, enjoy the month, and until next time, bye for now. Hello to my beautiful Geminis out there. Welcome to my channel, A Magnificent Flow. So we are, this is your general astrology forecast for October 2024. And we start the month out with the new moon at 10 degrees of Libra, okay? So Libra is attached to the South Node this year. The node's signs change every year, okay? So this year, Aries is the North Node, or the head of the dragon, and Libra is the South Node, the tail of the dragon. Aries and Libra are opposite signs, okay? So this is what's happening with the nodes. There is a there's things that are changing with this big reset on the planet. Okay, and this new moon and this solar eclipse happening on the 2nd of October with the South Node is about purging, letting go, releasing those things that have to do with relationships, okay? Letting go of the old way of doing, being, and thinking. All right? So we have this new moon, Libra. It's about relationships of all kinds, okay? Any one-on-one, business, contractual, partnerships, anything relationship, this is what's happening this month, okay? So the new moon is in your 5th house of children, creativity, romance, playfulness, fun, and speculation. Try not to do too much gambling, Gemini. Okay, if that's you. Communication plays a major role in finding equilibrium between asserting your own needs and accommodating others. Okay, and that's some Libra stuff. Some unexpected truths or miscommunication may be addressed at this time if you are, let's say, in a romantic relationships or you have teenage children, something to that effect. That's where that communication that miscommunication may need to be addressed. I mean, it could also, I wanted to say it could also be in your, your workspace as well. So we have this solar eclipse at 10 degrees as well in a sign of Libra. And it is focusing on, relationships, balance, and fairness. It brings up things around how we relate to others, both romantically and professionally. It's connected to the South Node, okay? The tail, and I mentioned that the tail of the dragon. It's about letting go, okay? And this is going to affect the cardinal signs the most. And we don't see the solar eclipse in the US this time around. And the cardinal signs are Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn at 10 degrees. And we also have Mercury conjuncting this new moon and the sun, okay? And with Mercury conjuncting in your 5th house, you're more intelligent and you have the ability to lead others and authorities and with the authority and confidence to succeed, okay? So you have your communication skills set clear. You have that clarity in your communication style right now. So, if you have to, in your workplace, if you need to talk about, something to your authority figures or a coworker, you have the ability to communicate clearly at this time. Because Gemini, you have a tendency to have some nervous energy. That's just your nature. And you're also, using your hands. But you can think clearly, slow down, and communicate what it is that you want to communicate if that is you, okay? Gemini. And these are Gemini rising people, okay? And I didn't explain that, well, I explained it in the intro, but not in the general readings. Gemini rising is who I'm reading to. And your moon, if you have a Gemini moon, that is about your emotional stability, and Gemini sun is about your workplace. Okay? So if I'm saying something about work, that could be the Gemini sun people, but the charts are designed to talk to the rising signs, and in this case, this is Gemini rising. Okay? All right, so let's see. We have Mars moving into pre-retrograde shadow on the 4th, okay? And it's in the sign of Cancer. So just know that Mars is in its detriment in the sign of Cancer, and it's not his happy place. So Mars is going to be shaking up people, okay? It's going to be bringing out, some harsh communication. But those of you who are aware are looking at this video and hearing what is possible, you know that you have to be careful with your tongue, okay? The words that come out of your mouth, be careful with them, okay? Handle your words with care. And, Gemini, you're a fast thinker, you move pretty quickly, so be more thoughtful. That's all I'm saying. All right. So here we have Mars in its pre-retrograde shadow phase in your second house of money, self-worth, values and possessions. Caution may be the way you should go about managing your finances, and take time. Okay. It may be you may be having a difficult time with your financial endeavors right now, okay? But go after your desires and take action. Confidence, okay? You can pull through this in your second house, all right? So just be mindful of how you are using your money. Where is your money going, okay? This is a time of caution. Okay, so we also have on that same day, we have Venus is trining Saturn. And this has to do with, relationships, because Venus is lovely, Saturn is stability, okay? That's what Saturn does. It just grounds things in, makes them permanent. So we have committing to relationships, and long-term investments are favored, with this trine. But, you have to be careful because we have Mars at the same time in pre-retrograde shadow. So this is a good time to work out problems with existing relationships. There could be some newfound love or someone new coming into your life as well, because Mars is he's just coming in, so it's still time to bring that good wholesomeness. If there is some Venetian love out there that wants to be had, I mean, this can happen. So on the 9th, we have Jupiter retrograde in Gemini. And I'm talking to you, Gemini. So Jupiter is retrograding in your first house of self, personality, appearance, and dominant traits. So this is a time to take a step back and think about whether you are on track Reflect on whether you're putting all your energy towards projects and relationships that are best that are the best fit for you. Okay? So you want to look at that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you can overdo yourself, do too many things. And Gemini represents you duality. So with Gemini, you're trying to do more than one task at a time. But this is take a step back here, okay? All right, let's see what we have. I think the last thing that I want to share with you this month, it's not the last thing. We have the full moon is happening on the 17th in the sign of Aries. And the full moon is activating your 11th house. This is where your friends, groups, organizations, this is where the a full moon is, okay? So you may be quick-tempered and you may be, on the move. And I'm saying on the move because you like to be doing so much, Gemini, at one time. So try to slow down a bit and think before you leap into anything. I mean, because, when you're around people, you're in your happy place, and you like to be that social butterfly and talkative. And, you just have to be careful with how you are expressing yourself, because sometimes we don't think before we speak. And this is a time where you want to think before you speak, because it may rub people the wrong way, the words that you use. So that's because we have Aries, in this full moon. And again, this is a time to release. Okay. All right. So the last thing we have on your chart here that I want to talk about is Mars squares Pluto. Okay, this is about power, raw power. Mars is raw power. Pluto is an octave up, but it is transforming. It is also control, okay? It's a controlling planet as well. So this is a time for you to own your own power, make choices, and take action with thoughtful care, like I've been saying, Gemini, and I've been saying this for all of us, because all signs are going to be affected, okay? And try not to be attached to the fear, because, Pluto, fear, that can be part of Pluto's thing, because Pluto also rules Scorpio. So beware of those power struggles at your workplace, but try not to be attached to fear, okay? And a lot of that fear will be coming around your third chakra, in the pit of your stomach. But that's something that you can let go of. And what's happening here, the change that is happening here, is preparing us for when Pluto moves into Aquarius, trying to get rid of all of this old Capricornian energy that controls us and follow the rules and the authority, beware, that kind of thing. It's changing. So, there are blocks within us that, we have settled in with, and some of it we don't even know. We didn't even know we had. But this is what's opening up with this whole theme in this month is the letting go, okay? And the relationships that we've had with our past, okay? Because we're dealing with the tail of the dragon, the things that we already know, the things that we have done lifetime over and over again. So now that is finished when we move into Aquarius. All right, Gemini, that is your forecast. And until next time, bye for now. Hello to my beautiful Cancer and friends out there. This is your monthly astrology forecast for October 2024. So, we are rolling, okay? We are rolling, Cancer. And those waves are high, okay? We have a new moon on the 2nd of October at 10 degrees of Libra. We have the south node there because Libra is the south node and Aries is the north node this year. The signs of the nodes change every year. So with this new moon, normally what we're doing is trying to set our intentions for some new goals of the month. But in this case, because we have the south node and we have the solar eclipse all happening on the 2nd, and we have Mercury conjuncting as well, this is time to let go of the tail of the dragon, okay? The south node is all about releasing. The solar eclipse is coming in, helping the south node to allow the bodies to release the old, outdated energy blocks that are no longer serving us. Okay, so just go with the flow, and because this new moon is right there with the tail of the dragon, so the dragon is going. The tail of the dragon is going to be in release mode. Okay, but there's going to also be a lot of communication as well because Mercury is conjunct. What is okay? Sorry, Mercury is conjunct this new moon and the solar eclipse. Okay, so in this new moon, it's in your 4th house of home, family, domestic life, childhood, past, and family history. And communication is going to be playing a major role, Cancer, in finding equilibrium between asserting your own needs and accommodating others, all right? So unexpected truths or miscommunication may need to be addressed at this time. All right, so with this solar eclipse, new moon, Cancer, it's going to be affecting the cardinal signs, and you are a cardinal sign. And cardinal signs are Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, Aries, Capricorn. Now that's not right. Okay, cardinal signs, Cancer and Capricorn, Aries and Libra. There we go. Libra's sitting right here in my face, and I just blanked out. But anyway, I'm back. Okay, so anywhere between 10 and 17 degrees, those cardinal signs will be affected by this new moon solar eclipse. And and this is all about, for the most part, relationships, because it's in the sign of Libra, and Libra represents relationships of all kinds, okay? And also open enemies as well. Don't forget that, because Libra is the seventh house, owns the seventh house, but it has visitors, and Libra may not be in your seventh house, but it's assigned to the seventh house. If you know more about astrology, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, so we have this solar eclipse, and it's also, focusing on relationships, balance, and fairness. And let's see, Mercury conjuncting the sun and moon, you have your ability to communicate is much more higher right now, with clarity, and being concise is available to you. And you have the ability to lead others with authority and confidence. Okay? You have that ability right now. Now, on the 4th, Mars is moving into pre-retrograde shadow at 17 degrees of Cancer. Okay? Mars is in its detriment in the sign of Cancer, so Mars is not going to, he doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't like where he is. So, pout, 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 bossy, 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 all of that kind of stuff. But Cancer, because that's, your sign. It's in your sign, the crabby Cancer. But Mars in Cancer can be, tough, and forceful. That's as much as I'm going to say about that. Okay, so Mars is in your first house of self, personality, appearance, and your, any dominant traits that you have. So take care of your health first and foremost, because Cancer is, first of all, Mars is inflammation, okay? And then Cancer rules the stomach and the intestines. So there could be, some gastric, something rumbling around that may need your attention. And try to take care of it holistically instead of, the over the counter drugs kind of thing. If you can help it, teas help, herbal teas. That is just food for thought, all right? Let's see, and it says, slow down a bit and rest up because your energy level is low. So this is not a good time to overextend yourself. Try not to, Cancer. So on that same day, we also have Venus trining Saturn. And this is a possibility that, you may have met someone already and ready to commit to a long-term relationship. Or there might be someone that's coming in to your life that could be a soulmate. So that's something good happening, even though we have Mars staring down at us, there's light at the end of the tunnel, or there's a little sweet thing happening, because Venus is all about sweet love, happiness, So newfound love could be someone from a different age group, and maybe it may be a long-term soulmate union, which sounds nice. You know, I'm always smiling when people can find their mate and have that love in their life, because we all deserve it. Okay? And I want to see you happy. The more happier you are, the more other people are happy. It's contagious. Okay, so on October the 9th, we have Jupiter retrograding in Gemini. Okay? Cancer, Jupiter is in your 12th house. And this is the house of retreat, escape, letting go, unconscious energy, and institutions. So again, it's about slowing down, prioritizing, rest and recharge, and give yourself more cadence to your imagination and your unconscious mind. It may turn out to be of benefit to your overall well-being. Now, that's a good idea, Cancer, because what's going on in your first house, the 12th house can help you manage that because you need to rest. All right, so we have the full moon on the 17th in the sign of Aries. And this full moon is activating your 10th house of career, work, public life, titles, and professions. Okay. Cancer, you may be quick-tempered, all right? I mean, that's because it's in, you know, the full moon is in Aries, and Mars rules Aries. And Mars is in your sign, Cancer. So just try and slow down a bit. Let me see. Try not to act harshly because, you know, Mars is tempted. Mars is tempted to act harshly through the month. Now, I know for some, with Mars in Cancer, some of you are very protective, you know, over their loved ones. So they can really, they can come at you like a mama bear. So just so you know, Cancer, you need to, you know, just let things flow. You know, the waves are high, but just let them flow, because this is a month where, you know, this Mars energy is tumultuous, and we have to kind of be present in the present moment so that we can, so that we don't be reactive, okay? Because being reactive, we just just jump out there without thinking, you know, and sometimes, you know, we need to process information before we start, you know, hearing the wrong word and jumping to a conclusion. But this is the month, okay? And Mars is moving retro, and this part of it, the pre-shadow, is the hardest part of Aries. And again, it's only going to be affecting the cardinal signs in that tumultuous way, as I had spoke about already. But some of us will still feel the roller coaster ride as the month moves along, okay? So lastly, I have Mars squaring Pluto. Okay, and Mars is that raw energy, it's that warrior energy, it's that fighting spirit, it's that moving, and Pluto is that power, that control that it has on people, because Pluto is a powerful planet, which they've downgraded to not being a planet, but it still plays a role here because we're moving out of Pluto, which is into Capricorn right now at 29 degrees, and we're moving into Pluto in Aquarius on the 19th of November, and it'll stay in Aquarius for 20 years. So with this raw energy and this control energy, you have the ability to own your own power, make choices, and take action, but with thoughtful care, okay? With thoughtful care and without being attached to fear, because the thoughtful care part is about Mars being pushy, and without fear is about Pluto, because Pluto blows things up. You come in with the Pluto attitude, things get blown up out of the proportion, poof, like that. And with that being said, beware of power struggles at your workplace, because Pluto is a force that you can't even be reckoned with. So, Cancer, this is your monthly forecast for October. And until next time, bye for now. Okay, Leo, I had to take a second, but I'm back now. So, as I was saying, this new moon in Libra is in your third house of siblings, communication, short-term travel, and friends, and basic education. So the communication is playing a major role in finding equilibrium between asserting your own needs and accommodating others. Some unexpected truths or miscommunication may need to be addressed at this time with your siblings or your friends. It's about, community. So I don't know how involved you might be in your community. If you are, there may be some issues to be addressed. And also, this is an election year in the U.S. And generally, it's the time where we speak to our community leaders about what we want to see happen for us going forward. Okay, so we also have the solar eclipse here, and this is about being in the sign of Libra, and we have in the south node there, it is allowing us to purge. It's the last dramatic release of the year for us, and this solar eclipse is helping this south node energy release point happen. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's going to be affecting the cardinal signs the most. I mean, they'll feel it more than any of the other signs. The cardinal signs is Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra, okay? Between 10 and 17 degrees if you have those points in your chart. And this is for Leo rising, okay? So, if you want to know more about what's happening for the month, check your sun sign, and you can check your moon sign, okay? So Mercury is also conjunct with the sun and the moon and the south node, okay? And Mercury is giving you the ability to speak your piece with authority, okay? And it's also showing you that you have the ability to lead others. They are, you know, listening to you now. So take advantage of that. And then we have Mars on the 4th, moving into its pre-retrograde phase. And it's in the sign of Cancer. So Cancer and Mars is debilitated. Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer, okay? So he's not going to be working well, and he's not going to be happy. So you know, if Mars is not happy, how does he act? Boisterous, you know, pouty, demanding, and I'm the one, I'm the boss of you, okay? That kind of attitude. So this is what's happening in this pre retrograde shadow for Mars, and it's going to just be all over the whole month. You know, Mars is just all over the whole month like that. It's like you look there, there's Mars, Mars, Mars. He's outdoing everybody, all the other planets and signs this month, because he is not happy. Okay. All right. So let's see, what do I have to say? Oh, Mars is in your 12th house, in the sign of Cancer. So, in the 12th house, it's a good time for rest, okay? It's in the 12th house. It's about retreat. This is about escapism. This is about letting go of things. This is also about institutions, being locked up in places, you know, jails and, you know, mental hospitals, places like that, brothels. But anyway, Leo, this is a good time to rest, meditate, and let go of tensions from your past so that you can heal and forgive yourself and forgive others. So, you know, take the opportunity, take the time, and give yourself a break. Okay, so I don't know why this goes that way, but it does. Every time I hit a key, is going, the page going in the different direction. So we have Venus also trining Saturn in the on the 4th as well. So you know, Venus is all about love, happiness, you know, comfort, beauty, and Saturn is all about stability, the tangible things in life, the things that you have, the foundation that you live on, your home, your lifestyle. And with this trine, it's all about beautiful things, you know, committing to relationships, and long-term investments are favored here. So it's a good time to work out problems in existing relationships. Newfound love could be within reach, okay, from someone from a different age group, and it may be a long-term soulmate union. Now that sounds good, okay, Leo? And this is possible for all signs because this trine is here. And then on the 9th, we have Jupiter retrograde, and it's in your 11th house of friends, community, connections, and luck. Okay? Groups, organizations as well. So you have time to meditate on which team efforts are worth your energy and which strategies will lead to making your long-term wishes come true. Now that's what you have time to do now, is to look at that for yourself. And then you go forward with your answer. And answers should be showing up, after we move out of October. And because this is just a lot of energy that's getting shaken up within us. When these planets start to move, so those things inside of us start to move as well. And so does the bigger picture. The different countries, everybody is being affected by the changes that's happening in the astrological process. Okay, so we have on the 17th, we have a full moon, and it's in your 9th house of faith and philosophy, Leo. Foreign connections, long distance travel, higher learning, teaching, and publishing are some of the things that could be showing up for you during this full moon. And remember, this is about releasing things. You might be quick-tempered, and your personal belief system may be tested now. So, as I'm saying, slow down a bit and think before you leap into anything, okay? Because this full moon is in Aries. Aries is a cardinal sign, and it jumps to action, because Mars rules Aries. So your temptation to act harshly is elevated this month. So just be careful of your tongue. And Leo, we know you are ruled by the sun as well, so you can be, forceful as well. So just be careful here. Let me see, is there anything else I wanted to... Okay, it's advisable to pay close attention to your reaction meter during this month because the heat is on, no matter what the topic may be. Try to work out or go swimming, just to keep your cool, Leo. And then on the 22nd, we have Mars squaring Pluto. Mars, again, is in its pre-retro shadow. So he is in his raw phase, okay? And Mars in the raw state is pure action energy, okay? He's ready to go, he's ready to fight, he's ready to tackle all of these things. And then we have Pluto, this big, it's not a big planet, as big as the other ones, but it has a big bang. And it's, it can just, it can blow up things only to bring them back to life better. That's what Pluto does. It's like from the ashes, what is it? The phoenix that rises from the ashes. That's Pluto. It's transformation energy. This energy is transformative. So own your power, make choices, and take action with thoughtful care. Remember to be careful with your tongue. So you have to think before you speak. And don't be attached to the fear that comes with this Pluto energy, okay? Beware of power struggles at your workplace as well. But every time I talk about Pluto, you know, my solar plexus get lit up, you know, and for the end of September, I was really feeling a lot of this. So I know that there's a lot of energy that I'm working on releasing, because I can still feel it here as I talk about it. But anyway, this is not about me right now. This is about you, Leo. And thank you so much. And until next time, bye for now. Love you. Hello to my beautiful Virgo risings out there. This is your monthly astrological forecast for October 2024. So Libra, as we start the month out on the 2nd, we have a new moon at 10 degrees of Libra. So this new moon is about relationships. We also have the South Node in the sign of Libra this year. And we also have a solar eclipse on the same day. So with the South Node in place, with the solar eclipse and the new moon is not about your setting intentions for new things. This new moon is about releasing, letting go of things that no longer serve us. Excuse me. Because the South Node is called the tail of the dragon, which is the past, okay? So anything that is from the past, the South Node is how we let it go. And with this new moon, with the South Node, anything that has to do with relationships is what is being asked to let go of, okay? So we're in a process, the world is in a process of letting go. This is not just, you know, just happening to some, it's happening to everyone. So changes are going to be occurring so that we can start anew. It's like new cycles are coming in, and whatever that old stuff is, it's got to go. And it has to do with, you know, that Capricornian energy when Pluto was sitting in, it still is sitting in Capricorn, but it's going to be moving into Aquarius in November. So, and it'll stay there until for the 20 years. So this is the last push of excreting all of that energy that no longer serves us, because there's new things that are coming to us so that we can be prepared to walk into, you know, the new paradigm, because things are shifting and changing and we may not notice it or know it, but it is happening. Okay, so we have communication and relationships showing up on the 2nd of October. So this new moon, Virgo, is in your 2nd house of money, self-worth, values, and possessions. This is a good time to take a good look at your financial picture, create a budget, or devise ways to supplement your income. And I'm sure you know, Virgo, because you like to make sure everything is right, organized, okay, and fits into the boxes. So, you know, You know it. I see it. So you know what to do. And we have this solar eclipse, okay? As I said, it's connected to the south node. And then we have Mercury conjuncting the sun and the moon. So we have all of this push, 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 let go, let go, let go energy. You know, this is what this first part of the month is all about, is just letting go. And the solar eclipse is going to hang around for 3 months. So we'll still be purging over the next 3 months, getting rid of those things that this solar eclipse and this new moon and this full moon has shaken up. Even, well, I won't go there yet, but yeah, it's shaken up. If we haven't let it all go, we still going to be working on it through the end of the year. So we have Mercury conjuncting the sun and the moon. And with Mercury conjunct, it's letting you know that you have more intelligent information available to you, and your ability to communicate is has the clarity and with authority and the confidence. That's, I was trying to get there, but this is what this Mercury conjunct the sun is. Now, normally, well, Mercury is combust, but Mercury is the only planet that can be close to the sun and something positive come out of it. Now, if it was something, you know, if it was Venus combust the sun, then all of the qualities of Venus would be hidden. We wouldn't be able to have that, you know, feeling of beauty and love and all of that. But Mercury is never too far away from the sun. It's either behind it, conjunct, or a little bit ahead of it. So he knows how to deal with all that overpowering light that the sun emits. So we have on the 4th, we have Mars. I have to keep looking at my transmitter because I charged it, but I don't know when they go out, and I don't want to lose, you know, space with the content. So forgive me if I'm doing one of those things. So we have Mars in your 11th house, Virgo rising. And this is, you know, the house of friends, groups, social connections, community, and luck. There I go again with that. Okay, so don't make promises that you can't fulfill now, okay? With this Mars pre-retrograde, it's in the sign of Cancer. It doesn't like Cancer. It's debilitated in the sign of Cancer. So Mars is not acting right. You know, he's being more pushy, pouty, overbearing. That's how he is acting with this pre-retrograde shadow. Okay, so you may have to depend on others more than usual, okay? And that's okay. Let that be okay. We know that, you know, you like to do all your organization stuff, but other people can help you with it and make your life easier for the moment. And be careful with your reactions when it comes to any conflict or perceived threats. And most of all, take care of yourself, Virgo. And we know you are good at that. Virgo rising is who I'm talking to. Virgo sun, you know, you might be doing the same thing. I'm not sure. But take care of yourself. And that just means body, mind, and spirit. Okay? And then at the same time, on that same day, we have Venus trining Saturn. And so we know that Venus is all about love, happiness, beauty. good food, all the good things in life. That's Venus. And then we have Saturn. Okay, Saturn is all about stability, the tangible things in life. He is about commitment as well, because whenever you're working through Saturn energy, you come out stronger, grounded, and rewarded. But Saturn has cycles. If you didn't know, I'm just saying. But in any case, Venus trining Saturn is beautiful, okay, because this has to do with, we have Libras about relationships, right? So committing to relationships and long-term investments are favored. All right, good time to work out problems in existing relationships, or there's some newfound love that comes in, but with the age difference, and it could be long lasting, and it could be a soulmate. So be on the lookout, you single Virgo rising people. Okay, so Virgo, we have Jupiter in your 10th house of career, work, public life, titles, and profession. Now, with this, it's time to get crystal clear on what you want to achieve and recognize, and what you want to be recognized for. And don't forget to listen to your intuition, okay? Because you have to, it's time to think before you act. So your intuition is a good indicator as to when and where, okay? The how and is another thing, because, that's is a tangible thing. The how is the walking and the talking, but the intuition is like, it's giving you, the hint of when to do it and where that's at. So just keep, stay in touch with yourself. So we have on the 17th of October, Virgo rising, the full moon is in your 8th house of death, conception, taxes, inheritance, and shared finances. Okay, so we have Mars in his pre-retrograde shadow, and we have Aries full moon. So Mars rules Aries as well. And this is in your 8th house. And this is a good time to settle some of your debts, okay? You may be put into a position or forced to make a financial settlement with someone, or you may be leaned on by someone else for financial support. Okay? Okay. So during this full moon, let me see, Virgo. You're mutable. So I think I'm going to pass on what I was about to say. Excuse me. So on October 22nd, we have Mars square Pluto. Okay? And this is tough. This Mars square Pluto. Mars is raw energy. Okay? Mars is action. Mars is ready to fight, the warrior energy. And Pluto is that higher vibration, but it is about blowing up things and then bringing them back even better. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what Pluto is about, transformation, energy. So with all of this primal energy going on, this is a good time to, you know, own your power, make the choices and take action, but be thoughtful, okay? Because we already know raw Mars in its raw form is harsh, okay? And it's already in the sign of Cancer. It's not wanting to be nice, but Virgo rising, you have a body, you have a choice, and you have knowledge. So when you know what this is about, this Mars square Pluto, then you can, you know, you can think before you respond in any given situation that may be hostile. Okay? So take thoughtful care and without being, and try not to be attached to any fears that rises up, because that's kind of a Pluto energy for me. That's how I see Pluto bringing in that fear, you know. I don't know what else to say, but when that fear starts to come up, you know, you just ground it out, because that fear wants to keep you in, you know, keep you stuck. And you can go forward, you know, and just beware of power struggles at your workplace, because, you know, when you start to own your own power, some people don't like that, because your power may look to them like it's stronger than theirs, you know, and it's more commanding than theirs. So there could be power struggles at your workplace because you are, you know, starting to own who you are. Okay? So, Virgo rising, until next time, bye for now. Hello to my beautiful Librans out there. This is your monthly astrological forecast for October 2024. And I'm using the rising signs to interpret the forecast. So this is for Libra rising. And if you know your rising sign, then check it out. Then you can look at your sun sign, because the sun sign is going to tell you more about your career. And then your moon sign is going to tell you more about your emotional awareness. I'm going to put it like that, okay? So the rising sign is going to give the overall picture, and that's the approach I'm taking. It's the whole house system. All right, so Libra rising, as we move into the month of October, on the 2nd, we have the new moon at 10 degrees of your sign, Libra. Okay, Libra, and you are next to the South Node this year. And with the South Node in Libra, the South Node wants us to release. So this is not a time of new beginnings. This is a time of releasing, okay? And letting go. And we also have a solar eclipse in Libra as well. So all of this is happening on the 2nd. And we have Mercury conjuncting the sun and the moon. So there is lots of action happening, especially for the cardinal signs, which is you, Libra, Aries, and Cancer, and Capricorn. Okay, so all four cardinal signs are playing themes out this month. Okay, so with that being said, Libra, your new moon is in your first house of personality, appearance, dominant traits. So self-improvement or self-image may be on the top of your list this month because, you're ruled by Venus is your ruling sign. And you and your partner, if you have one, may start a new exercise routine. However, try not to overdo it because you have a lot going on with this solar eclipse and the and this new moon south node energy. Okay, because releasing takes a lot out, especially when we're releasing energy that we didn't even know we had, or we're releasing blocks that we didn't even know were there. So just be careful because you are lit up. The Aries is lit up, Cancer is lit up, Capricorn is lit up. And Capricorn happens to be in the sign of Pluto right now at 29 degrees, which is a stressful degree. It's a critical degree to be in. So take it easy. And this solar eclipse is going to be affecting the Libra risings at between 10 degrees and 17 degrees. Okay? Those are more exact degrees, and others may get affected by it as well. So with Mercury conjuncting the sun and moon, it's giving you more intelligent information. It's giving you the intelligence to speak with clarity, speak clearly, and with, I want to say force, but it's not the kind of force where they're trying to force it on you, but it's the kind of force that makes people believe in you. So you have that type of Mercury energy working with you during this this conjunction. Okay, you also have confidence as well showing up. All right, so you already know about solar eclipses, I'm sure. Okay, and I didn't mention the south node is considered the tail of the dragon, and the north node is considered the head. And Aries is at the head, and Libra, you are at the south end of the dragon. So you're there at this new moon, but it's saying release. Don't bring in anything new yet. Let's get rid of all this old stuff. And then, by the next new moon, we can start bringing in new beginnings. Okay, so yeah, it's the head and tail of the dragon here. And even with the full moon, it's about release. But we have the head of the dragon at the full moon. So we're still releasing, okay? We're still releasing. All right, so on the 4th, we have Mars moving into pre-retrograde shadow at 17 degrees of Cancer. Now Mars is very is debilitated, just put it like that. He does not like working in Cancer. He doesn't want to work in Cancer. He wants to do what he wants to do, and that's be harsh, forceful, and taking action. That is Mars energy, okay? It's primal, it's raw, and it's about force, okay? So there, I'm saying that because, hey, when that happens with Mars, because that's one of our personal planets, we're going to be acting out like Mars in some way. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us will. So Mars is in your 10th house of career, work, public life, titles, and possessions. Overthinking and distrusting yourself may be at play here. Wow. Yeah, I get that, Libra. Because your actions get turned inward now. Okay, what you were doing actively, externally, mediating with other people, now you got to deal with what's going on inside with you. You may have trouble asserting yourself because because your feelings complicate your self-expression. Feelings of guilt, low self-esteem, and uncertainty may be, the undercurrent there. So that's what Mars does, but this too shall pass. And from what I understand, the Mars pre-retrograde shadow part is the hardest part to get through. Once we get into the retrograde, it'll be in, I think, Gemini. So we won't be feeling all of this uncomfortableness. So let's see. We have Venus trining Saturn. And, with Venus, it's all about love, harmony, happiness, and that's your ruler. And we have Saturn, conducting the, keeping us grounded, making sure that there's a solid foundation that we're working from. And with relationships, that has to do with soulmates. So this is about committing to relationships, and long-term investments are favored right now. Good time to work out problems in existing relationships. Newfound love could be with someone from a different age group. It may be long-lasting. A soulmate. Wouldn't that be wonderful if you don't have one? Because some of you Libra risings out there, you may have one already. But I'm just saying, it, I've I only know a couple. Let me see. I only know one Libra. I mean, I know a couple of them, but I only know one Libra who is single. Most Libras and Geminis are always attached to someone. That's in my world. That's what I see. So anyway, let's move on. So just remember, if you're in shopping out for love, get out there and explore, because love could be like right out there waiting for you to come out. All right, so October the 9th. October the 9th, we have Libra. Jupiter is in your ninth house of faith, philosophy, foreign connection, long distance travel, teaching and publishing. Teaching, publishing, and higher learning. Your adventures may take you inward, feeling more adventurous in a self-reflective way. So, you might be, daydreaming about things. You may have exciting artistic brainstorms. That's possible too, because I can see that happening. Or an epiphany about a long distance trip you may want to take. Tune into your intuition and your answers may follow. Okay, Libra, that's good. I have Libra in my ninth house. And I'm always thinking about foreign travel for the most part and, trying to grow spiritually. But okay, enough of me. This is about you, Libra rising. So let's see, we did ninth house Jupiter. Now we're going to do the full moon in Aries. It's in your seventh house of relationships, partnerships, marriage, legal matters, and open enemies. Oh, shoot, Libra. Yeah. Okay. This full moon in Aries will be working with the dragon's tail. Okay, releasing whatever old relationship that is outdated, that is not working for you, but you're still there. It's time to let it go because something is shifting, and if you don't let it go, it's gonna be forced out of you. So, let's see. Wow. All right, so cut the cord if you have to, Libra rising. If you have to cut the cord, go ahead on and do it because it's not, you know, healthy to be arguing, all the time with someone who can't see your point of view or you can't see their point of view. That's I mean, it's not happy. So find happy, get to the happy part. All right, Libra rising. And the last thing I want to talk about is October 22nd, Mars squares Pluto. And, Mars is he's this warrior. Mars is raw energy, raw power, force, okay? He's like the military, you know, the warrior. I already said that, but that's what Mars is primal energy, and it forces its way through whatever is blocking it. So with this trine, we have raw Mars in its primal state, and then we have Pluto, who is transformative. This is a powerful transformative energy, but what it does is that it blows everything up and then it brings it right back. It's like the phoenix rises from the ashes. So with that being said, in the body form, it generally shows you how to own your power, and make the choices and take the action. But with this Mars pre-shadow, pre-retrograde shadow, you want to be careful with your tongue, okay? Be thoughtful about what you're saying without being attached to fear, because when you're attached to fear, you're yelling out and you're you know, you're all saying all kinds of things. So, let go of the fear and just be careful with how you express yourself verbally and physically. Okay? Beware of power struggles in your workplace as well. So, I have Aries in my third house. My Venus is in Aries, I believe. And I do have that type of, you know, forceful kind of energy. But, I've worked with myself enough to know that, I don't have to use all my forcefulness to get my point across. So that's the point here. And Libra risings, be good to yourself, pamper yourself. Venus is your ruler. Give to yourself. Try to relax. If you can get a body massage, that would be helpful to you. And, drink a lot of tea. Sip on some tea. Get your favorite tea. All right? Love you, Libra. And until next time, bye for now. Hello to my beautiful Scorpio risings out there. This is your monthly astrological forecast for October 2024. All right, Scorpio, there's lots going on at the start of October. So let me tell you what's happening, okay? October 2nd, we have a new moon at 10 degrees of Libra. And guess what? Libra is at the South Node this year. So what happens to the new beginnings? There is no new beginnings for this month, okay? Because the South Node is telling us, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. That's what the South Node does. It's the past, release, release, let go. So we also have a solar eclipse, Libra, Scorpio rising. It is in the sign of Libra as well. So this solar eclipse is connected to the South Node too. So whatever that is, that pain from the past is saying, oh, we purging this. This is all going. And the effects of the solar eclipse last for about 3 months. So we'll be purging things, old information, energy, for the next 3 months or longer, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that is being removed so that we can bring in some new energy with the sign of, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, that's a whole new vibration. So we have to get rid of this old Saturnian Capricorn energy, get rid of that because it slows us down, and bring in that new higher octave energy of Aquarius so that we can vibrate at the frequency that we need to operate. Okay? This is all about, learning how to vibrate higher. So, Scorpio, for you, we have this new moon in your 12th house. Okay, and this is all about retreat, escape, your subconscious, places that are hidden, okay, and your dreams. And Scorpio, I know, you get caught up in the fear too, because, you are ruled by Pluto as well. You're ruled by Mars and Pluto. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. So in any case, you feel this fear, when this primal energy is like when, I'm trying to give an example. Sometimes people try to discredit you, and you get and it's not true, but you have your fear come up because it's like, you start to worry about, how is that going to affect you, what are they going to say, all those different things. But by this being in your 12th house, you can explore your deepest fears, your desires, and your dreams. And you can do this by yourself, or you can get a therapist. And if it has to do with your relationship, because the theme of the month is on relationships, because Libra rules the house of relationships. Okay, couples therapy would be a good option. The point is to look inward for what's self-limiting beliefs are preventing you from attracting your soulmate. Oh Lord, you mean you have not attracted your soulmate yet? Man, okay, Scorpio rising. And I can understand that, because Scorpio rising's in the first house. My goodness, you do a lot of secret stuff. You hide things, but you can grow up too. You can, you don't have to stay in that space. And that's why your 12th house is lit up, so that you can purge that unconscious stuff. You get to see why you were doing what you were doing unconsciously anyway. It could be, some family patterns, or it could be from a past life that you had, where you had to hide and sneak and to get around and do things, because you was going to be punished for something. I'm just saying, not to say that that really happened, but it's an example. So, okay, we have this South Node, okay, and it's in the sign of Libra, so it's letting go of old relationships, points of views that, no longer serve you. It's like putting you on the track that you need to be on with this eclipse. It's like, okay, you were off track. Let me put you back on track. Now go. Now you can do it. So we have Mercury conjuncting the Sun and the Moon and the South Node as well. But this Mercury is giving you lots of intelligent energy. It's helping you, communicate what you want to communicate concisely, directly, and to the point. And it's also giving you the leadership ability, because of how you express yourself verbally and physically. People believe, and they want to, hear you. They like what they see and they like what they hear. And you, you know, you show authority when you are around others at this time, and authority with confidence is what I was trying to say here. So just, enjoy that. Enjoy that. So on the 4th, we have Mars in its pre-retrograde shadow at 17 degrees Cancer. if I didn't mention it, for the most part, the new moon, the solar eclipse, and the south node is going to be affecting the cardinal signs for the most part. And that is Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. Okay? And if their degrees are between 10 and 17 degrees, those will be the ones that's going to feel it the most. Even though I don't have those degrees, I still feel it. So I know we're all going to be feeling something stirring up within us. Okay, so we have on the 4th of October, we have Mars in your ninth house. So Scorpio rising, Mars, your ninth house is rules religion, philosophy, long distance travel, belief systems, and higher education. Well, not and higher education, but higher education, teaching, and publishing. Okay, you may be questioning your belief system at this time. Now, that's something because change is happening. So, hey, we have to, get updated with what our family's belief system is and what our belief system should be, And that again, I'm going to say that is a Capricornian style, follow the leader. And we're moving out of Capricorn's 29th degree, that critical degree, in November and moving into Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So this paradigm shift is happening. And this new moon and solar eclipse is really giving us the push to release what's no longer serving us so we can have room to bring in that new vibrational energy so that we can operate on a higher frequency. Okay? So, questioning your belief system, that's good. You may have to travel long distance for work that may turn out exhausting and unfruitful. If you can, try not to travel at this time. And you might find yourself arguing over small things with other people. So try not to even go there, Scorpio rising. But, you're part of that dragon. Okay, you're part of that dragon, Scorpio. Okay, so anyway, let's see, we have a Venus trine to Saturn. Okay, and Venus is all about love, and we know that Libra is about relationships, and Venus rules Libra. So we have all this love from Venus showing up, and Saturn is about stability, building a solid foundation, having a work ethic, So with this trine, this beautiful trine, says that, some of us might be committing to relationships and may have opportunity for long-term investments. These are favored right now. Good time to work out problems in existing relationships. And some of you that are single, you may find, you could find someone from a different age group. And this may be long lasting and a soulmate union. So I hear you on that, Scorpio. It's possible. So let's see. October 9th, Jupiter will be retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is in your 8th house of death, conception, fears, and control. Partners' finances and other people's money. This is an opportune time to reflect what's working and what's not in your closest relationships. Okay? I'm starting to be able to see a little bit better. Well, I have to pull that down. Okay. This may involve your sex life or joint resources. However, you can also assess your approach to shared investments or other financial endeavors. Okay, well, we know you like having control, and Jupiter is going retrograde, so it's not so expansive. Okay, the full moon is on the 17th in the sign of Aries. Okay, and the full moon is in your 6th house of health, nutrition, daily routine, co-workers and subordinates. Scorpio risings, take care of your health because the full moon is in your 6th house. Cancer rules the 6th house, so there might be some stomach issues showing up, but it just takes some corrective action. Don't eat that, don't eat this, whatever it is that's upsetting your stomach or your intestines. Okay, just one second. Okay, now let's get back to where I was. I had to take a step back for a moment. Okay, so I said take care of your health, Scorpio risings, and there may be a fault in a project that you worked on at work. That's what this full moon will reveal, okay? So it's going to, whatever the project is that you've completed, and I believe, after someone look over it, you'll find the fault, okay? Because that's what the full moon does, is revealing something hidden. Okay, so we are going to October 22, Mars squares Pluto. Okay, so this is a square, and this is like hard, difficult energy to work through. And Mars is raw energy, power, okay? Mars is forceful. And we have Pluto, which is the higher octave of Mars. He is explosive. So what he does is brings the phoenix that rises from the ashes. So he will tear down everything and then rebuild it, in a solid, constructive way. And in some way it changes into something better, is what Pluto does. So this square could be hard, but it's asking you to own your power, make choices, and take action with thoughtful. And when that word thoughtful comes up, it means Scorpio rising, be careful with the lashing of the tongue, okay? And I know that you're a controlling type, okay? And but you want to be careful during this time, because whatever happens is going to create a ripple effect. and may come back around. So you don't really want to have that happen. So, and also without fear, okay? And that's what brings the lashing out is the fear, okay? So you have to not be attached to the fear, and you won't have to react in that way. Let it go. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to, this month, we're trying to release that fear. We're trying to let go of those old pictures that we have in our mind that keeps us tied to that south node energy. Okay? So it's time to just let it go. And beware of power struggles at your workplace. So, Scorpio rising, that's all I have for you for this month. And until next time, bye for now. Hello to my beautiful Sagittarius rising. This is your general astrological forecast for October 2024. Welcome. Now, right at the beginning of October, we're going to have a new moon at 10 degrees of Libra. And you know, Libra is about relationships, right? And fairness. However, Libra is at the south node this year. I mean, for this particular new moon. But Libra is the south node for the year. Aries is the north node for the year. It changes every year. Oh, excuse me. So with this south node, the south node is the tail of the dragon. You know, your excrements, everything that you put in your body goes out at the tail end. So the tail end being at the new moon is asking us to release instead of, you know, trying to bring in new energy at this time. We also have a solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse is at 10 degrees as well of Libra. And with that solar eclipse, this is also acting as a flusher, a way to flush out any old energies that are no longer serving us. And this will be the, you know, one of these big purges for the cardinal signs, which is Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. Between 10 and 17 degrees, they will be affected the most. But all of us, you know, on the planet will be experiencing some of what's going on this month in 2024, because the end of the month, around November, we will be changing paradigms. We'll be moving, Pluto will be moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. So that's a whole new vibration. So our vibration will be changing, and that's part of why this purge is necessary, so that we can make room for this new vibration, so that we can operate in the new paradigm that's coming forth. Okay, so there is a lot. Some astrologers would say that this, you know, is this big push, shedding, giving way to the old so that the new can, come in. All right, so we know that, this solar eclipse is helping this south node. And for you, Sagittarius rising, the new moon is going to be in your 11th house of friends, groups, community, social media, large organizations. This is a great time to get out with your friends or find a worthy project to participate in. Okay, so during this time, this is good for you. Now with the, let's see, the solar eclipse, the eclipses are, if you don't already know, they are fated events that pushes us forward and puts us on track. And the effects of solar eclipses will be active for approximately 3 months. Okay, so the residual will last for the 3 months, and remember that it's in the sign of Libra, so it's really talking to us about relationships of all kinds, partnerships, marriages, contractual agreements, divorce, 7th house stuff. So this is what is activated here. And we also have Mercury conjuncting the sun and the moon. And this gives you the vitality and the intellect to communicate more intelligently and be recognized as someone who can lead others with authority and confidence. Okay, so this is what the what Mercury is bringing to this story. Now, Mercury is always very close to the sun, to the point of combust, and Mercury is the only planet that can handle the rays of the sun. And any other planet would become invisible or hidden because the sun's rays are overpowering. So you wouldn't get you wouldn't get the benefits of any other planet except for Mercury. Okay, on the 4th, we have Mars moving into pre-retrograde shadow. And this is going to be in the sign of Cancer. So Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer. So Mars does not like having to work with Cancer here. But anyway, with that being said, Sagittarius, Mars is in your 8th house of death, conception, other people's money, sex, taxes, and inheritance. Your finances may come up short due to past investments that hasn't shown any profit. You may get an unexpected opportunity to get your financial status back on track through some ancestral legacy or property. So that's helpful, Sagittarius. And we have, on the same day, we have Venus trine Saturn. Now, Venus is about love, beauty, happiness. And Saturn is about stability and structure. Okay? So with this beautiful trine, we come up with, relationships that you can commit to And some long-term investments are favored at this time. So it's good time to work out problems in existing relationships. Some of you might find a younger person that will come into your life and become that long-lasting soulmate that you have been seeking if you are single or if you are looking for someone else. Okay, and on the 9th, Sagittarius rising, we have Jupiter in your 7th house, and the 7th house represents relationships, partnerships, marriages, contractual agreements, and open enemies. During this transit, you get a chance to reassess how you're showing up for others and how they are showing up for you. Reciprocity is food for thought now. So remember that, Sag. Okay, Sagittarius rising. The full moon is in your 5th house of children, play, pleasure, hobbies, romance, and creative expression. It's time to do something fun, self-expressive, and creative, or get involved with children. So on the okay, yeah. All right, so that is the full moon. On the 22nd, we have, come on, we have Mars squares Pluto. Now, Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn, and Mars is in the sign of Cancer. So Mars is that raw energy. It's ready to go. It's harsh. It acts, takes action. And Pluto is that powerful, explosive energy. It blows things up and then it recreates them. They rise from the ashes to become something better, okay? But with this square, is saying that you need to own your own power and make choices and take action, but be thoughtful about it because Mars is in Cancer. And with that, your tongue can be, out of bounds. So I'm just saying, Sagittarius rising, fire is what it is. You're a fire sign, so just be careful with how you communicate your ideas, feelings to someone else. And try not to hold on to fear. Let the fear be part of the purge that is happening, because it's the fear that gets us riled up and wanting to take action and show your power for nothing, because when you act out of fear, you lose control, okay? So beware of power struggles in your workplace and try not to lose control, okay? Be mindful. Okay, Sagittarius rising, this is your forecast for the month. And until next time, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful friends, Capricorn risings. This is your monthly astrological forecast for October 2024. And as we move into October, at the very beginning, we have a new moon at 10 degrees of Libra. And we know that Libra is about relationships. So that's the theme of this month's forecast, Capricorn risings. Now, Libra is also with the South Node and has been there for the whole year. And with the South Node is about letting go of the past. It's about the past. And it's about past lives as well. So there is a big purge that's happening because we have this solar eclipse here at the South Node, urging, purging, and letting go of things that no longer serve us. And this is a big purge because at the new moon, we're usually trying to set our intentions for, new things to come into our lives. But with this solar eclipse at the South Node, everything this month is about letting go, okay? Because when we get to the full moon, we're going to have to let release again. So this is all about letting go this month, Capricorn. So the new moon is in your 10th house of career, work, public life, reputation, authority figures, and leadership. It's a good time to check whether or not you are balancing your work life and home life because you want to make sure your important relationships aren't suffering. Okay? So just beware of that, Capricorn. And I know you Capricorns, like to work hard, but make sure you are giving your personal time some love too. Okay? And we have Mercury conjuncting the solar eclipse and the sun. The solar eclipse and the moon. And with Mercury conjunct the sun, you have more intelligent energy here. Mercury is giving you the ability to communicate well and lead others as well, because the sun is always represent your potential, is what I'm saying. The sun represents your potential, and you have the potential to lead with authority and confidence at this time. And that's great. So just, Capricorn, stand up and be heard because you have opportunity here. Then on the 4th, we have Mars is in its pre-retrograde shadow. And when Mars is in its pre-retrograde shadow and in the sign of Capricorn, and in the sign of Cancer, which is your opposite, you're not happy. Mars is not happy. So Mars is gonna, it wants to put up a fight. So just so you know, you have to be diligent with your use of words and how you act when speaking, Capricorn rising. Mars is in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, marriage, contract, and open enemies. There may be conflict in your personal and marital relationships. Your significant other's attitude might be aggressive, which can lead to arguments between the two of you. Check in to your health meter as well, because Cancer is ruling the stomach. Mars is about inflammation. So just tread lightly right now, Capricorn rising. So Venus trine Saturn. Venus is loving, beauty, happiness, togetherness. Saturn is, he's he places limits on others, but he is grounded, and he looks out for stability, for long-term interests. That's what Saturn is all about. So with this trine, this beautiful trine that's coming together between the two, there is a possibility that committing to long-term relationships and long-term investments are favored. It's a good time to work out problems in existing relationships. You may find new love with someone who might be younger, but this might be a long-lasting soulmate union. So get out there and experience some things so that you can, I mean, that's if you are available, so that you can, experience some of the good parts of this month, because Saturn is overpowering a lot of how we are doing things, especially when we're communicating with other people. So it's probably a good time to see what's out there for you. October the 9th, we have Jupiter retrograde in your sixth house of health, routine, daily routines. No, health, nutrition, daily routines, co-workers and subordinates. Now is the time to consider which projects now is the time to consider which projects are worth your time and which projects are not. Are worth your time, yeah. Okay, so just note, on the 17th we have the full moon in Aries, and this is in your fourth house of family, home, property, foundation, your ancestors, retirement years, okay? So the demands of your personal life are permanent, are paramount now, okay? Creating balance between energy spent on work and energy spent on domestic matters is essential, because, your family needs you. Your home, family, or property may need your attention now. So, take a look at what needs to get done. Now, the last thing I want to talk about for the month is Mars square Pluto. Okay, so Mars is it's this raw energy. Mars is the warrior energy, action, and with force. That's what Mars is all about, but he can't do that right now because he's in the sign of Cancer and it's squaring Pluto. And Pluto is explosive. It's about blowing things up and recreating them to become something better, like the phoenix rising out the ashes. That's my example that I've been using for this. But this is asking you to own your power right now and make choices and take action with thoughtful Capricorn. You have to think about it because Mars is acting up. He doesn't have any act right now because he's debilitated in the sign of Cancer, and Mars rules Aries. So, continue to kind of purge things that no longer serve you. But in any interaction with anyone, just be careful of how you speak, okay? And without being attached to fear. And you know what I mean, Capricorn, when I'm talking about fear. You and Scorpio, have that fear, that you can't separate yourself from. But maybe you can now with this purge happening this month. So beware of power struggles at your workplace. Okay? So, Capricorn rising, this is your forecast for the month. And until next time, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Aquarian friends out there. This is your astrological forecast for Aquarius rising for October 2024. So hello again. Right out of the gate of this month, we have a new moon at 10 degrees Libra on the 2nd. Okay, Aquarius rising? We also have Libra at the South Node as well. So this is, when Libra is at the South Node, it's about releasing what no longer serves us, okay? And the new moon is generally for creating new beginnings, but not this time because we have a solar eclipse at the South Node as well. And, and with that, this is about purging, a deep dive of letting go of things that we don't even know that we're holding on to. Because the vibration is changing, and in order for us to meet where that new vibration is, we have to let go of the things that's at our lower extremities, okay? Just release, through the tail of the dragon, because the North Node is the head of the dragon, and the South Node is the tail of the dragon. And so at the tail is where we're letting go of things that no longer serve us. And again, this is about relationships because Libra rules relationships. So the new moon is in your 9th house of religion, spirituality, higher education, cultures, and long distance travel, okay? Take some time to bring spirituality into your everyday life if you haven't done that yet. But I think you may have. Meditation is food for thought, and if you get out of your environment, you may meet like-minded people, okay? Taking a trip to a foreign land may bring you a chance meeting with someone special. Now, I like that. And I can't wait to take a long trip. I haven't taken one in some years now. And I'm ready to go to Italy. But I have not been able to do that just yet. So, eclipses are fated events. And these events are meant to push us forward and put us on track where we're supposed to be. That's what eclipses are. But this particular new moon solar eclipse is affecting the cardinal signs, which is Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra, which Aries and Libra are opposites. Cancer and Capricorn are opposites. Okay? So that is going to be affecting the cardinal signs the most between 10 degrees and 17 degrees if you have those points in your chart. And it could be, pushed out a little bit more to, maybe 20 degrees. But everybody is going to feel a little something, some type of residual from this new moon solar eclipse experience. So we also have Mercury conjuncting this solar eclipse and the new moon. And this gives you the vitality of intelligence, and you have the ability to lead others with authority and confidence. So you have something, good happening with Mercury during this first phase of the month. Okay? So Mars is in its pre-retrograde shadow at 17 degrees of Cancer. And Mars is debilitated in the sign of Cancer. So it's uncomfortable. Mars does not like being in the sign of Cancer because, what does fire and water do? Bring smoke. And I don't want no smoke. I heard somebody say that before. But anyway, Mars is, he's not acting right, because it's not a feel good. It's not a action sign. It's more inward. And Mars want to be on the outside, want to take action. He wants to use that power. He wants to make it happen, whatever that might be. But he has to tread, even though they're making some big waves, he still have to tread water because he can't get around like he wants to do. So Mars is in your sixth house of health, daily routines, work, co-workers, and subordinates. Take care of your health, Aquarius, during this transit. Mars represents inflammation. Cancer represents your intestinal tract, your stomach. So if there's any problems happening here, then, fix it. And with Cancer, it's usually, when things like this happen, it's fixable. Not like the eighth house. The eighth house is totally different. It represents diseases and things like that. But with Cancer here in the sixth house, that could be corrected, okay? So just, be careful of what you're eating. Know that what hurts your stomach or your bowel movement, because your bowel movement is part of the release process too. So all of this release and letting go and, things that no longer serves us is going out of the way as well. Your intestines are getting clean, so you don't want to stop them up. Find some teas that you like, herbal teas that will help, okay? And I can name a few. You can do some milk thistle because that, helps flush things out. It also helps the kidneys and the liver. One other, burdock root. That's another good one that you can use. And some oregano oil is also good. Okay, Aquarius, so, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or herbalist. I use herbs here, So I'm not a certified one, but I do know about them and I use them on a regular. Okay, so let's see. Take care of your health. This is not a good time to invest because there could be sudden changes. So you may get clarity around financial planning and also your love life. Okay, you may get some information. And I mean, I'm Aquarius rising, and I know that I have gotten some information just came to me, through my subconscious mind and the high priestess. And of course, with the moon is always talking about things that are hidden. But, it came to me and I have my answer. So now I know what I know. So the same could happen for you. So just know that trust in yourself. But this in your sixth house is make it a routine to meditate, okay? Make it a routine for you to sit with yourself so that your answers can come forth, Aquarius. Okay, so we have on that same day, on the 4th of October, we have Venus trine Saturn. And this is another good indicator that someone may be coming into your life. They may be somewhat younger, but it looks like it's a soulmate union. That's if you're single and you're looking for someone, that person that's coming into your life may be the right one. And he may be, you may know him, or you may already have met him, and things may not appear to be like he's or she is the one, but don't 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 take it off the table. You got to give it time to see what it really is before you jump to some conclusions. We have Mars is in pre-retrograde, and sometimes that can happen. But if you're listening to yourself, your answers will come to you. Okay? All right. So, now, if you're in a relationship, this is a good time to work out existing problems, okay? All right, so let's move to the 9th when Jupiter retrogrades in your 5th house of children, pleasure, hobbies, romance, and creative expression. Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini right now. You now have the chance to slow down and reimagine what you want your love life to look like. Wow, make pleasure your priority. Well, shoot, this relationship thing sounds promising this month because Aquarius rising, if you are available, something real could be coming your way. So make sure that you're paying attention. Okay, so we're going to look at the full moon, which happens on the 17th. Aquarius is in your 3rd house of siblings, extended family, neighbors, community, early education, short-term travel. And I didn't say, but it's the house of communication as well. Okay? So take time out to reimagine what you want from. No, wait a minute. Travel may not be what you want to do right now. So this is not a good time for you to travel with this full moon because something is hidden. And let's see. You can make pleasure your priority now. Something else is happening here. Okay, so there could be some miscommunication with uh, a sibling. Okay, so let's see. And just be mindful of how you communicate in whatever comes up with your siblings or your extended family. Okay, because Aries, Mars rules Aries, and Mars is in pre-retrograde. So there could be some, miscommunication, and people may come off as they they have the power, your siblings, especially that they're right, so don't feel like you are less, because you're not. But this is just energy that's happening to all of us. And that's where the arguments can start. So you want to gauge the environment when you're around, you know, these third house people, because there is no argument if only one person is arguing, okay, because it takes two. And this is about relationships. So you know when to take the high road, Aquarius rising. You don't have to hear it, and you don't have to respond to it if you don't want to. And I know with family, close family members, things can get toxic. So you want to avoid that toxic energy that may show up for you. Okay, so on the 22nd, after the full moon, we have Mars square Pluto. And this primal Mars energy, this raw energy, that's fight, aggression, harsh. That's Mars, and it's squaring Pluto. And Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. So Pluto is about, if it's not right, let's just blow it on up, and then we'll just recreate it to be better. That's where Pluto is. It's about transforming things, it's transformational energy. And it's saying here that you should own your power, make choices, and take action, but be thoughtful with how you use the words that comes out of your mouth, okay? Just be careful with that. And I know you can, Aquarius risings, I'm Aquarius rising, and I know how to choose my battles. So I'm just saying, choose your battles, okay? And do take action with thoughtful care, but without being attached to fear. Wow, that was hard for me to communicate that. Yeah, and because it's the fear that always drives us into saying things that we shouldn't or don't have to say. But this is a good time to let go of that fear. You can let that be a part of the purge and just release it. Because once you get through the fear, then you know that you're okay, because the fear makes you feel like you're not okay, or you're not safe, or you are being attacked or something like that. That's what fear does. It freezes you, or it try to keep you where you are. So when you let go of the fear, then things are clearer, and you don't have to respond or react to someone else's judgments, or lack of respect. Okay, so Aquarius risings. Did I say beware of power struggles at work? Yes, I just did, right? So until next time, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel, A Magnificent Flow. This is your monthly astrological forecast for Pisces rising October 2024. Okay, Pisces rising, right at the beginning of October, we have a new moon at 10 degrees Libra. And this new moon is at the south node. The south node is a point in the sky, the north and the south. And they call it in astrology, the north node is the head of the dragon, and the south node is the tail of the dragon. So anything that we're releasing is going down through the tail. And the node, the tail of the dragon, is the south node where we hold our past information, where we're operating from in real time. A lot of things that we know how to do is because we've done them over and over again in other lifetimes. So there's a paradigm shift happening here. We have a solar eclipse in the sign of Libra at the south node. We also have Pluto in at 29 degrees of Capricorn, which will be changing into 0 degrees Aquarius November 19th. So November 19th, that's when the paradigm shift will begin. So right now there is a real push from the universe helping us release what no longer serves us, that has to do with relationships or Libra things, okay? Libra things are relationships, contracts, legal matters, balance, and fairness, okay? So this is what's going on. Instead of us creating new intentions for the new moon is asking us to release, because it's right at the north node this time around. So the solar eclipse is also there, and eclipses are they're meant to push us forward and put us on track. So this is what this solar eclipse is doing, is helping with the purge by pushing us forward. We're also going to have the full moon in Aries later on in the month with the head of the dragon, but the full moon is about release. So we're having this whole month that is giving us the time to release and let go, recognize what it is that no longer is serving you, and let it go. And things that you don't recognize, this solar eclipse is helping us with this south node information that we don't see coming, okay, or we don't know that we had it at all. So this is a big month of purging, releasing, and letting go, but at the same time, take care of yourself, okay? And make sure you drink plenty of fluids, because we have hot Mars going into pre-retrograde shadow here shortly. But we also have Mercury conjuncting the sun and the moon. And with this conjunction is giving you the extra, I want to say that the extra mindset of of intelligence, where you'll have the ability to communicate clearly, concisely, and be heard, and others will follow. And you have you communicate with authority and, confidence. So this is what Mercury is giving us this month. Now, Pisces rising, this is for you. You can check where your sun sign, what your sun sign is, and you can look at the readings for the sun sign as well. And if you know your moon, you can also look at the readings for your moon sign to get more information about what else is going to be happening for you this month, okay? So Mars is in your fifth house. Yeah, it's in your fifth house of children, creativity, speculation, fun, and romance. Okay? You may experience conflicts and ego clashes with your partner here. Okay? There may be lack of understanding with your partner. If personal issues are not handled with care, be careful and aware of the way you talk with your children, okay? So the lack of understanding with your partner, if that's not handled, okay? I don't know what I was trying to say here. But anyway, be careful and aware of the way you talk with your children as well, because they can get caught in the mix when you have, children in a relationship. They can hear you, okay? And then you may, have outbursts and they feel you. Kids can feel things if they're young kids, and they can feel it before it even happens. So just be careful with that. And this is not a time to gamble your money away. Okay, Pisces, come on now. We know you care about, you wear your heart on your shoulders, and you want to take care of other people first before you take care of yourself. But you got to think about you, okay? And put your foot down where you need to. Venus trine Saturn. This is, beautiful Venus. This is a beautiful trine because Venus is love, beauty, happiness. And Saturn is about stability. He's about foundation, having a strong foundation so that things will last a long time. So here we have, you may commit to relationships that become long term. You also may invest in something that is long term, have some long term investments. This is favored for now. So it's a good time to work out problems in existing relationships. Newfound love could come out of nowhere. Okay, you may know the person, or may have talked to the person before, but didn't think, anything romantic would show up. But maybe it is someone that you can have a romance with. And you may meet someone for those of you who don't know who, the person is, when you get out this month, you may meet someone out there. And this could turn out to be a long-term and a soulmate union, which, is possible. So October the 9th, we have Jupiter retrograde, and it's retrograding in your fourth house of home life, in your childhood, past history, and family. And you might find yourself, if you're involved, you have a home, you might find yourself questioning any real estate related decisions or thinking about how past wishes related to family fit into your current expectations or your current vision, what you have going on now. This is a good time to gain clarity on the path that will best bolster your sense of security. I know that feeling. You need something to make you feel safe. Pisces rising. Okay, so the full moon is on the 17th in the sign of Aries, and this is in your house, the house of money, in your second house of money, self-worth, values, and possessions. This full moon is about balancing the give and the take of intimacy. Okay, give and take of intimacy. The giving and receiving of pleasure. Okay, sharing issues comes to focus, and so does issues of power. Okay, what's yours and what's mine, that power struggle. I really don't like to get into those kind of struggles, what's yours and what's mine, with, when I'm in a relationship with somebody. But just be mindful that take care of your own needs without infringing on the needs of others. Okay? Just be careful. And again, Pisces, you're always giving. Okay? You're always giving. So, it's time for you to be on the receiving end of things. So let's see, did I say, okay, on the 22nd, we have Mars square Pluto. So Mars, we know, is in pre-retrograde, and Mars is that raw power energy. Mars is that fighting energy. It's that push forward energy. That's what Mars is. And then we have Pluto being that higher octave of Mars, where he is just going to blow up the whole darn thing and say, well, let's redo it and make it better. So it's transforming. That's what Pluto is, okay? So with these two energies here, it's asking you to own your power and make choices and take action with thoughtful care, okay? Because we already know how Mars acts. He don't always think ahead, but he acts. He's pushing forward. So just be careful and try not to allow fear to drive you, okay? Because that's what fear does. It makes you speak out of turn. It makes you, feel not so good. Fear it holds you at bay, or it freezes your energy up. So let go of the fear if that arises. And, speak up. Beware of power struggles in your workplace. And just know that you have the power to speak up for yourself. Okay, Pisces rising, this is your forecast for the month of October 2024. And until next time, bye for now.